Probably one of the most iconic and easily recognizable buildings in the world is the Cathedral of Pisa in Italy's Bell Tower, better known as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Work on this project started in 1173 when they dug a 3-meter foundation to the tower that would eventually be 56 meters high. Yet after 5 years, when they were only up to the second floor, it already started leaning towards the south side. This was because, unbeknownst to the architect, there was a huge river delta there years before. In fact, Pisa actually got its name in 600 BC from a Greek word meaning marshy land, which should have given a clue as to the wisdom of building such a big and heavy building in that area, as they were literally building on sand. Anyway, as the construction of the tower continued, so did its tilt, and so engineers constantly tried to counteract the lean. One of their strategies was to make the pillars taller on the south side, so that it would correct the tilt and level it out a bit. However, all that accomplished was that it got even heavier on the already leaning side. An additional weight caused the foundations to sink even further. Eventually, after almost 200 years, and despite the angle it was standing at, it was completed in 1372. Since then, several attempts were made to try and straighten it, including adding lead counterweights to the base and putting scaffolding on the tower's weakest parts. However, it kept on leaning more and more to one side, and at the end of the 20th century, it seemed inevitable that it would fall. And that is when British engineering expert John Burland and his team were commissioned to come and help. And instead of focusing on the tower itself by adding weights to it though, he bypassed it and went straight to the foundations. Or more accurately, he looked under the foundations, and they carefully extracted 2 lorries full of sandy soil from underneath the north side of the tower. In addition, they dug wells to drain some of the water that also increased the tilt, and then they reinforced the foundations with concrete pillars. In short, they took out the unstable soft sand under the foundations and replaced it with rock-hard concrete. And suddenly, the tower wasn't only stable, it actually corrected itself and now stands at the same angle it stood 200 years ago. So friends, may I encourage you, if it feels to you as though the tower of your life is about to collapse, don't try and cover it by trying to build it straight or balance it with counterweights that should push it upright again. Go straight to the foundation and replace the sand underneath it with the rock. You may just find that you will also stand a little bit straighter and stronger than ever before.